On behalf of Indo-Cine Appreciation Foundation, we like to honor the guests on the dais. I request our President, Mr. Kannan sir, to put the shawl to the Consul General. I request our Vice President Ramakrishnan to squeeze the shawl to Ms. Vasant. I request our President to give the shawl to the Director General of Taiwan. May I request Ms.Aishwarya Rajesh? I say a few words about this.
Ellarku vanakkam, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Korean Film Festival அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்க. To be very honest, I think during lockdown, Korean films have become more famous in India. I think everyone started watching Korean series, Korean dramas, Korean films, and cinema has become now, it's become global. After COVID, we've been watching all kinds of cinema, especially Korean. Korean has a huge connect to Indian cinema is what I feel, because எமோஷன்ஸ் இப்போ நம்ம கொரியன் படம் பார்க்கும்போது அவங்க எமோஷன்ஸும் நம்ம எமோஷன்ஸும் ரொம்ப கனெக்டடாக இருக்கும். மை ஃபேவரட் இஸ் ட்ரெயின் டு பூசான். I think everybody would have watched it. So there is one, this part one, and I was very surprised, like in a zombie film, how can a father-daughter emotion beautifully done? That was brilliant. And this the second part 2, which is also released, and I'm also waiting for part 3. And I'll tell you something, there is one, my mom usually doesn't watch a lot of Korean because she can't understand the language and she can't read the subtitles, but one series where we binge watched is, I don't know how many of you all watched that. All of Us Are Dead. It's called All of Us Are Dead. Paathirkingla? See, we have fans. You didn't know, you didn't watch, we watched. See, Indian people like so much Korean. And I think one thing I have to say, that nobody can beat zombie films like Korean cinema. Nobody can make zombie films like Korean directors. And this is one particular series I remember. Me and my mom binge watched it. Like there are some 8 to 9 episodes. I'm not very sure about it because we watched it quite some time back. And there's one more film which I really like. I don't know if you watched it again, but it's called Call. It's called The Call. There's there's like a 20-year back. I don't know how many of you watched here. Yeah. And have you watched it? Okay, there's one movie which is like the connection between two situations where there's like 20 years back and the present situation that's beautifully connected. That is one of my favorite film in Korean film. And there's one beautiful film in Korean. I mean, a lot of people would have watched this. Okja. The emotional film between that, what is it called? And the hippo or hippo?
Aishwarya, you should watch Kim Ki-duk.
Kim Ki-duk, okay, I'll watch it. So yeah, these are like few of my favorite, but I've watched a lot of Korean series and dramas in my lockdown, but I'm really happy to be here, and it's my pleasure, honor. I'm looking forward, and cinema is of course a lot of knowledge sharing, and a lot of when the languages collaborate, it becomes even bigger. And thank you so much for showing Korean cinemas in Chennai, in our place, and thank you so much for inviting me.
Good evening to one and all present here. No, I am an ardent fan of Kim Ki-duk, and he is like kind of one of my 10 favorites of all time. And Kim Ki-duk he has contributed many to my career and filmmaking. So always I will think about him with lots of gratitude. And I'm very happy to be here. And the important point is that there are some more takeaways from this stage. I'm looking at Thangaraj sir. What is his age and what is he doing? There is something to learn from him. And every day, every minute, people easily say that you drink cinema, you eat cinema, you think about cinema, you breathe cinema. He is really a man who is doing that. He worked with my brother at Reserve Bank 20 years back. He got retired. And no other person I will even name who has made his life post his retirement so useful to the society like how he has done. I take this opportunity to really appreciate that, and there is something to learn from everyone. And I am learning that from him, how to spend your later years, because I am also going to get into that. So I am taking that as an inspiration, and I'd like to really, really appreciate Sivam Kannan, the person who is behind all these things. Thank you. Thanks for calling me.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's really an honor to be invited to a Korean Film Festival. I know in the past the Indo Cine Appreciation Foundation, we worked with them in the past. We are looking forward to working with the foundation again. Thank you.
Nakam. Good evening. 안녕하십니까. I want to express my special thanks to Korean Film Council, which provided films for free, and Indo Cine Appreciation Foundation, which have prepared for this year's film festival. This year, 5 films will be displayed, all of them well-made and highly recognized. 5 films are Wonderful Nightmare, My Love, My Bride, Move the Grave, The Hill of Wind, and Granny Poetry Club. Thank you very much. 난들이 와나감. 감사합니다.
이현우 변호사나! 이현우 변호사님!
죽어요? 제가요? 다시 살아나려면 이 여자가 돼서 한 달을 살아야 한다고요?
왜 그래?
나오지 마! 말도 안 돼. 태어나 처음 본 남편이 애 둘 딸린 아줌마라니!
답은 없어?
안 했습니다.
엄마 진짜 미친 거 아니야?
저런 싸가지.
거기 하늘이 엄마.
네 이름이 하늘이니? 왜 갑자기 바지를
애들 잔다며.
안 잘걸요.
당신 내가 누군 줄 알아?
18살에 시집 와가지고
18살에 시집을 와요? 도대체 몇 살에 애를 낳았대요?
네가 낳으신 걸 왜 나한테 물어본대요?
연우야 자니.
늑대 같은
제일 싫어.
아니 근데 저 옆에 나가 왜 저래?
당신 요즘 이상해.
정신 좀 챙겨! 이 망할 옆은
연우 씨? 자꾸 이렇게 가짜띠 바꿔낼 겁니까?
이건 내 인생이 아니잖아요.
이건 이현우 씨 인생이죠.
그냥 법대로 하시죠. 제가요 은근히 한 법 하거든요.
당신 정체가 뭐예요?
나? 쓸데없이 왜 이렇게 잘생겼는데?
심지어 생긴 것도 싫다고?
Thank you very much, Consul General, for bringing this wonderful package of 5 Korean films. 2 movies which caught my attention. Today's movie, which is about a young lady who goes into coma, dies before her time. Even in India, we have identical themes. If a person dies before his prescribed time, Adisya Paravi and a few other things. Korea was under Japanese occupation, and their Japanese language was being imposed, similar to probably what we faced in India of English. I mean, though we are now leveraging it. The last film also deals with the emergence or resurgence of Korean language through the local efforts. So please enjoy the film. There are 2 more days of good films. Thank you very much.